talked all about package deals, you know, and creating that special package deal for your cleaning company. So who's already, you know, started doing that?
So it's funny you said that because me and AJ, we actually came up with some packages to offer, right? So we came up with the platinum package, gold package, and then of course silver and bronze package.
What? Okay, so you got to bring us in and tell us a little bit about this package deal.
Okay, so I haven't started working on it yet, but it's going to be where they get like the deep clean. It'll be like the platinum package where they get the refrigerator, the baseboards, like the whole 9 yards. Basically, everything like that would be like in a move out cleaning.
Okay.
And then if they just wanted like the bare minimum, just like maybe bathrooms and like floors or something, then that would be like the bronze. But we haven't put like any emphasis on like the prices per package yet. But we definitely been talking about that.
Yes. Love it. Anybody else start doing their homework already? Who has started to implement new package deals or get your creative juices flowing on what type of package deals you want to offer? Anybody?
Don't all speak at once.
They don't all speak at once off up in here. They like, child, I was working yesterday. I ain't did my homework yet. I was working. Okay.
Hey, Bryant.
Yes. Okay. Well, some of y'all was giving some really good ideas. We talked about doing a deal where you can have someone do your lawn and do the house as well as detail the car and turn it all into a package deal. You know, someone else I think talked about pressure washing and combining the pressure washing with the house clean. So all of these are just ideas we're throwing out there to y'all whenever you're creating your package deal. Go ahead, Ms. Nikki.
Yeah, I did reach out to the lawn guy who does my yard and asked him did he want a partner. And he agreed.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Okay. Yes, that's what I want to hear. You're going to have that yard man out there doing them yards, and you're going to be in there cleaning them houses. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's good, good. So did y'all come up with a price?
Not yet. We haven't actually sat down and talked about it yet, but he did.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Good morning.
Good morning. It's okay. How's everything going with you, Mr. Bryant, this morning?
Okay. Hot. I'm in a hot apartment with no air conditioning.
Oh, no. That's the worst.
They're going to take care of when they do that. They better. I'm leaving.
I know that's right.
Okay.
We don't have time for that. Yes. Well, thank you for joining us today, Mr. Derek.
Yes.
All right. So, does anybody have any shares, any wins, any losses, any questions before we start class this morning? Anybody?
Well, I just did my onboarding for Evolve. I had my call yesterday. So there's supposed to be, I already took on that one Airbnb in Cape Charles. So they're supposed to be putting me on the platform, and I have like a whole booking thing with them now, to where when other clients have bookings, then they'll contact me, and then I'll tell them my price, and then we'll go from there. So I'm excited about it.
Oh,
and I took
okay.
I took on 1 to 10 extra clients, so I got to get a whole crew now.
Wow, you got 1 to 10 off of Evolve?
Yeah, off of Evolve. Yeah, and they're like state to state. They're national wide. Yeah,
y'all hear that?
Wow.
They're also on YouTube. If y'all want to check out and see what they're about and stuff like that. And if you give a referral, like if you refer them as a management company to someone who wants to Airbnb their house out, they give you $200 for a standard, and then if they sign up for like the plus package, then you get $400 if you like market them to somebody as well. So it's like kind of what y'all do. Like if you want to, get on with them, they give you a piece of pie. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, that's
what's up. Please keep us up to date with Evolve and how your journey is with them. Do they allow you to set your own prices or?
Right, they do. Yeah, they do. Good. Actually, AJ, he is like the head on the contract. So I know I wouldn't pass my background check with them because, I had that on my record. Mm-hmm. So I actually put him on the forefront because his record is like squeaky clean. Okay. So I used him for it, and they approved it and everything. Because I was like, well, he'd be the main one doing all the management and quality control. Yeah. So it'll make sense for him to be on there. They was like, well, okay, that's fine and all of that. And we just went from there and I signed it, and in the agreement, they don't have anything to do with prices. So I do have to make sure they sign my contract first, and then they can start paying their money in deposits. Cause I had that one incident to where the lady, she wanted a refund and it's no refund.
I love it. I love the fact that they're able to let you do your own pricing. Like they don't set their prices. So that's really, really good. Congratulations, girl.
How long did it take for you to get approved with your background?
So they called me. I did it the same day last week, and they called me the next day and said it was approved.
Dang.
Awesome. See, listen, it ain't no excuses. Ain't no
I'm about to blow up with the Airbnb, so I need some courses. I need some, extra help on that. So.
All right, you already know we one phone call away, girl. I know. Aisha, you got your hand up. Girl. What's been going on in your world?
Good morning. I'm still in the bed.
Girl, I could tell. Okay, with the cover.
I'm still in the bed. I got a phone call right before the call started from a one-time client, and she works at a courthouse, and they're getting rid of their annual contract.
Wow.
So now they're wanting to bring in cleaning companies on a monthly contract. But as you know, I niched down to just residential. But it seems like every time I try to get further and further away from commercial, here comes a commercial opportunity. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know why this happens. Every time I try to get away from it, an opportunity pops up, and I'm like, man, look, I'm not gonna fool. So I didn't tell her no. I just told her, whatever information she can get to give it to me, and I'll let her know. But like I say, it just seems like every time I try to get away from commercial, here comes commercial. It's like it won't leave me alone.
It might just be
alone, but it won't leave me alone.
So let me ask you this: what's scaring you away from why you running from the money? Let's have a conversation.
I haven't had, and it's probably my fault. I haven't had the best experience in commercial. Like y'all know, I had that school for 5 months. That didn't work out. And then the community college that we had, they were back and forth, using us back and forth. Mm-hmm. And the last time they called us, they wanted to use us temporarily, didn't want to sign a contract, didn't want to increase the rate. And I just told them flat out, I'm not doing that, because we went, they used us back and forth like 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, the next time they call us back, if they don't agree to these terms, I'm not fooling with them at all.
Right.
They want to use us until they can find somebody permanent. And then when the permanent person doesn't work out, they calling us back. Y'all not going to keep using us like this. You either going to stick with us and pay us what we deserve to be paid, or I'm not dealing with y'all at all. So I cut that completely off.
Right.
And then there was a small doctor's office that we had. The provider there was so nasty and rude, and we did one cleaning, and then she was, like I say, it was nothing wrong. She just was very nasty to my people, and I don't treat the people that I have any kind of way, so I'm not going to let nobody else do it. So I just haven't had the best experience. So I felt like if I keep having all these bad experiences, maybe I just need to not deal with commercial right now. Let me just stick to residential, what I know, what's working, and then maybe I could double back later on. So that has been why I haven't went full throttle with commercial.
Gotcha. I completely I overstand because there was a time when I I haven't had there was a time when I didn't have great success with residential, and I had more success with commercial. And then I started to experience the pain of commercial as well, right? So that's why I always tell people, it's really you're going to deal with little things in all of the industries. You just have to figure out which one works best for you and go all in on what works best for you. You know what I mean?
And I have great success with residential.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have many issues when it comes to residential. Not the clients, because I'm pretty firm with, this is what we do. This is how you pay. This is when you pay. I don't like, that's another thing. I don't like having to chase my money. Even with the apartment complexes we had, that was another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand 30 days. Okay, I give you 30 days. But when it comes 45, 60 days, I shouldn't have to keep calling behind my money. I want my money right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to have to deal with that.
Right.
It's already hard enough. But then now I got to chase you. I chased this one apartment complex maybe 4 months for one last check. And they had the audacity to call back asking, can they get it clean? Hell no. No, I had to chase y'all 4 months for one last check. And you think I'm like, hell no, call somebody else. And I blocked them because I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's
you don't
welcome
have to
to
call,
commercial.
You don't have to run behind me for work. So I don't have to run behind you for my money.
That's right.
So the best thing about being a business owner is we create the rules, y'all.
Right.
Okay. So if that is not what you want to tolerate with net 30, net 60 or whatever, then just put it in your policy. You must pay us up front. And you only accept those type of clients that are willing to pay half up front or the whole thing up front. And that's it. Right. It lowers your stress level. So if you don't like chasing behind the net 30s, just don't accept net 30s and you're good.
Yeah,
so
the last walkthrough I did of a apartment complex, and I'm gonna end.
Mm-hmm.
They had 3 apartments that they wanted clean, and I gave them a quote, and I told them, I say they probably not gonna want to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but you're gonna have to pay me at least half up front to even get us scheduled, even get them scheduled. If you can't do that, I can't help you.
Right.
So of course, I never heard back from her, so I'm not doing that. No.
Exactly. And then see, you could do that with these bigger contracts as well. We did surviving the cleaning industry on a restaurant clean. Our last restaurant clean that we did, I think in November last year, where we charged them up front. It was a $5,000 clean, but we got $3,000 up front before we even start. So something like that I would probably entertain.
Right.
But net 60, net 45 and all that.
Right.
No.
One thing I definitely want to tell you, Aisha, I can, like Ms. Johnson said, I completely understand why you have shied away from it. I just look at the situation like just dating again, getting out here and dating again, right? Mm-hmm. When you go through a bad experience, a person can hurt you so bad to the point where you just don't want to date no more. You like, man, I'm better, but just by myself, right? Mm-hmm. But then we get lonely. And we be wanting some company. We be wanting somebody to be there to go through life experiences and stuff. Right. So then you got to get back out there now with your experience of the commercial accounts. Okay, what your boundaries are. What your limitations are to what accept and what to not accept. So once you set those boundaries and say, all right, I'm going to give it another shot, because you just never know what God does have for you. Because I look at it like these major brands and companies, they hire and fire every day, right? And we're always hiring and firing every day. They don't get discouraged because they're like, man, I keep losing all these people. This in a revolving door. They just keep going, right? And you just never know that one government contract or that one commercial contract can actually take you there. I'm not saying specialize in it. Don't do that, but just don't knock it. I just feel like you had to go through the experience to be able to understand what you're looking for. And you're looking for that particular client that's going to actually be there for you and your people. I almost give you the respect for standing up for your people, because a lot of companies, a lot of business owners, they just want their people to work for them, right? They don't have nobody there that's supporting them and saying, hey, listen, if you're going to talk to my people a certain type of way, I don't want nothing to do with it. Because people get mistreated all the time. But at the same time, I really feel like you should look into this courthouse. Make sure you ask all the necessary questions. I'm not saying take it, but just make sure you just open up the door for this opportunity, because you just never know the connections that it may have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just don't let those bad experiences deter you away from this one commercial account.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah.
and then just talk to us. You know what I mean? Because we got your back. We your rock. I guarantee you got a community that's going to be there for you, and we're going to help you out every step of the way. I just don't want you to lose out on the opportunity, because how do they reach out to you? How do they find you? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
might
well,
actually
like I
be a
said,
good
the
account.
lady that I cleaned, well, I did some organizing for her a while back, and she works at the courthouse. And she said when soon as she heard something about the cleaning company, I was the first person she thought of, and that's why she called me.
Man,
now mind you, I haven't heard from this lady since I left her house last year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like I said, I didn't tell her no. I just said whatever information she can get, gather it and let me know. That's
Right.
all I told her. I didn't tell her flat out no.
Okay, good. But see, here's another thing. I want you to follow up, because when you clean, and this is a thing, and this is not a shot for you, this is for everybody. Sometimes when we do those one-time cleanings, we just let people go, right? The thing is to follow up with these people to, hey, you need me again? You want me to come and do services with you? Because people are not used to that follow-up process, right? What about the experience? And we're just leaving money on the table. Right. So all you have to do is, that lady saw something in you. She may didn't reach out to you because you didn't reach out to her. You know what I mean? But you left such a good impression. This is the fact where you're not thinking about. You're thinking about the bad to the point where you're not even thinking about the good. Like, she remembered you so much to the point where she remembered to call you when they were looking for a cleaning company. So that spoke volume within itself. So you got to give yourself some grace and be like, man, look, God, what you want me to do? Because you keep putting it in my face. So what you want to do? So obviously there's something there, but you got to just have enough courage and enough strength to be able to, take it. You know what I mean?
So
like,
Miss Stacy said that she's contracted with the courthouse before. Matter of fact, the contract was for all of their county buildings.
See, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Not bad.
That's crazy. Okay. Give it a shot.
And we can't assume that every commercial account is a net 30 either. They got some net 15s out there.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not at all saying that they all, are going to give me some flack.
Yeah.
It's just that I was so overwhelmed with all of those different interactions. I'm like, okay, let me just take a step back and gather myself, and before I get back out in the dating pool, as Miss Tamika said.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then like I said, that particular client is in my database. When I send out my email, campaigns, she always opens them. I always see her open rate. She's one of the people that always opens them.
Look at that.
She'll even respond sometimes to some of the email if I'm just sending out, information. So I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, and thank you for your vulnerability and even sharing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Miss Stacy said her account actually paid her weekly, her courthouse account. So might want to entertain it a little bit. Just see.
Yeah.
Just see and pray on it. Pray on it.
Okay. Yes. And let us know, because I'll rough somebody up real quick. Okay. Don't play with me.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we're going to get into class this morning. We got a couple of things that we can go over. I got 4 different slides here. One on time management, one on when to hire your first employee. We can go over client retention, or we can go over using social media to grow your cleaning company.
Yep.
Which one y'all want to talk about? time management, when to hire your first employee, client retention, or using social media to grow your cleaning business.
Time management is my biggest issue.
Mine too.
Yes.
All right.
Time management on social media.
Go ahead. That's everybody.
Let's
That's
get it. Let's
everybody.
get it.
Okay.
Time management.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Let's get into this time management real quick.
Oh, Miss Martin coming to class.
Miss Martin, then good morning, Miss
Good,
Martin.
good. Somebody said social media.
Like they're giving us choices to choose the topic. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
because I don't want to really be talking about stuff that y'all be like, I already know
Yeah.
this information, girl.
Yeah.
You know, you got to kind of change it up after doing the class every day. You know, you have to change it up a little bit. What is going on with this?
Ciao.
I'm glad
Oh,
we
go
talking
there.
about yesterday because
This
I
one,
just
yeah.
hired a new employee and her time, it's like she moves slow while she's cleaning. It's like, you know how you just around in the area, you might walk by to kind of, you know, keep your eyes on them. And it's like, she just like, when somebody's cleaning, doing a cleaning job, you're supposed to be hearing them in there cleaning. Like, I'm like, she's not, it's so quiet. Like, is she even cleaning? Like, what in the world?
What? Really?
Well, is she cleaning? Did you like
Real
sneak
light-
around the
she real
corner?
light on the feet. I gotta keep my eye on her. She real light on the feet. I don't be hearing her cleaning, but the stuff it looks good. She just taking a long time.
Are you
She
paying
might
her
just
by
be-
the hour or are you paying her by the job?
I do pay her by the hour. She's an employee, and I'm starting to pay my employees now $16.
Okay.
Okay.
What type of personality does she have? Like when you interviewed her?
So her personality, she is okay. So if I go and tell her, hey, you missed this, she is quick to say, okay, no problem, I'll go back and fix it. Like she's really like open to constructive criticism like that. I don't have any problems with her like in that area, but it's kind of like she leaves stuff and she'll mop. I'm noticing she's mopping over hair. I'm like, no, you have to go back and get that.
Yeah,
And
it sounds like she's just brand new. You know, she doesn't have any experience. So just give her a shot. I know when we hire people, we be expecting them to be just like us. And sometimes you just never know. You may have a diamond in the rough. And she's just probably a little timid, especially if she's a quiet person. She might just need to get used to how everything goes. So, you know, just give her another week or so, you know, just to test her out and see, because she may just be really, really nervous. You just never know people nowadays. I wouldn't jump to the conclusions right away. Just give her a little time and keep us posted on that, by the way.
All right, I will.
Okay.
All right, let me pull this class up, y'all. Sorry it's taking so long. Oops.
All right, well, I'm gonna keep on talking.
Yeah, keep on, because I'm trying
go
to
ahead.
get this thing to come up.
We cleaned the library, right? And I got an email from the director. So AJ forgot y'all to put the code on when he cleaned the last time. So now he's saying that we can't work on Sundays anymore. We have to work on Saturdays and Wednesdays. So it's kind of like, I'm gonna share the email. I'm gonna share my screen with you while you waiting on that.
All right.
But the email is, how you share the screen, y'all?
You know, at the bottom,
right here.
You got it.
Girl, I don't know what's with this thing.
Okay, so that's the email. That's the email right there. That he sent me, and he's just real cocky and arrogant with it, y'all. And he's just, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's in this email. He's saying that he's allowed my business to grow, and our contract is up for renewal.
Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. It says here, let me join back. Here we go.
What do y'all think about that? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I'm reading it now.
Back there.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
situation like that, I would have to let him go. Me personally. He has that kind of attitude.
Right. And then I was thinking, since I'm a contractor for them, they're not supposed to tell me like when the hours are that I'm supposed to have to get it done. And then if this happened on Sunday, like, shouldn't you send me a like text as soon as it happens? And you're texting me this in an email on Tuesday, like a whole day has already passed. And plus he just locked the door back because the code, it wouldn't allow him, since it was late, it wouldn't like allow him to, the code wouldn't accept it to turn it on. So, and then we have the keys to the building. So we locked the door to the building. So he didn't say anything about that. He didn't say anything about the cleaning was done like improperly. And in the past, I just feel like it's just so many things that they complain about as a nonprofit that they should be grateful that I'm cleaning their 10,000 square feet building for $475.
Yeah.
Obviously.
All right, she about to start class, y'all, so I'm about to stop sharing this.
All right. I finally got it up, Blue. I finally got it up.
That's for sure. Is it worth your time and energy or the money to keep dealing with it?
Right.
All right, y'all. So today we're talking all about time management. Can everybody see my screen? It should say time management for cleaning business owners.
Yes.
Okay. Can everybody see this screen? It says why time management is non-negotiable. Everybody sees that?
Yes.
Okay, it's working. Whew, Lord, it took me a while to pull that up. All right, YouTube, it's time to go. We got to teach class now, right? So YouTube, Facebook, y'all know where to find us, www.tenacityacademy.com. We out here. All right. Why time management